across the fields, with amber dust upon the lane. I heard the old screen door behind me, and smelled the earth before the rain. The radio was fading softly inside a house I used to know. The years had changed the names and numbers, but not the road I chose to go. Beyond the pines, the daylight lingered, like someone waiting by the gate. I carried every quiet promise, though some of them arrived too late. The river bends around the hillside, a silver line beneath the sky. I saw my younger shadow walking, without a reason to ask why. Along that road, the wind remembered the songs we left in open rooms. It moved through grass and empty fences, and stirred the scent of summer blooms. I never found the words to tell you how far a simple goodbye goes. It follows trains through sleeping stations, and rests where only memory knows. Beyond the pines, the night was rising. The first star trembled in the blue. I let the road become my answer, and left one porch light there for you. The wind grew still beyond the meadow. I drove until the town was gone. Waited underneath the awning while rain ran silver through the street. The hallway light behind the doorway made every passing face look weak. A taxi turned beside the corner, its red light trembling on the stone. I heard your footsteps in the stairwell, then knew that I was still alone. The rain kept riding on the pavement in lines that no one stopped to read. I held the words inside my jacket, like letters time would never need. The cafe chairs were stacked in silence. The final train had crossed the town. A summer storm moved through the alleys and pulled the tired window shades down. Beneath the awning, shadows gathered, where once your hand had touched my sleeve. The city washed away our footprints, but left me nothing to believe. I could have called your name more loudly, I could have followed through the rain, but some farewells become a doorway that never opens quite the same. Shining, the clouds were breaking toward the west. I left the words beside the doorway and let the silence keep the rest. One final drop fell from the awning, then daylight moved across the stone. Wrote your name on a piece of paper, but the ink is running like a vapor. The rain is trying to steal my words, scaring away all the singing birds. Oh, a letter in the rain, a letter to you, lost in the shades of the misty blue. I hope it reaches where you are tonight, guided by the dim and lonely light. I keep it folded in my heavy coat. This is the last thing that I ever wrote. The water seeps through the paper thin. Where does the rain end and I begin? Oh, a letter in the rain, a letter to you, lost in the shades of the misty blue. I hope it reaches where you are tonight, guided by the dim and lonely light. I'll drop it in the stream, let it flow away to a better place, to a better day. Maybe the current knows the way to go, everything I said was true. The rain had left the window clouded. A quiet ring marked where you sat. The waiter turned the chairs above us and never asked where you were at. I watched the water leave the rooftop, one silver thread at every seam. The room was warm, the street was empty, and morning felt like someone's dream. After the final drop had fallen, I heard the clock behind the bar. It told me time was moving onward, though nothing here had moved so far. Your cup remained beside the saucer, a little warmth beneath the rim. The old guitar behind the counter was tuned, but no one played for him. When all the rain had crossed the city, the streetlights softened into gold. I found your kindness in the silence, a simple thing I still could hold. Love does not always leave in anger. Sometimes it rises with the day. It folds the coat across the shoulder and quietly walks away. After the clouds release the morning, to let me stay. A ferry sounded near the island, its low horn traveled through the blue. The summer air came through the window and carried no more news of you. Along the coast the signs were glowing, above the diners closing late. I passed the road that led toward your house and did not turn beside the gate. There comes a mile when every journey stops asking where it should have been. The hands grow quiet on the wheel then, and let another life begin. Beyond the harbor lights, the morning was waiting pale behind the sea. I drove until the road grew brighter and felt the night release from me. The final light slipped past the window. The open coast was all I knew. A motel sign was burning blue above the road outside of town. The rain had filled the parking spaces and washed the evening's colors down. I left my suitcase by the doorway and watched the traffic moving west. The room smelled faintly of old timber and someone else's cigarettes. Under that quiet motel light, I heard the highway breathe and turn. The miles behind me held their silence. The miles ahead had more to learn. A postcard rested by the mirror, its seaside picture pale with age. I thought about the words we borrowed but never placed upon the page. The ice machine began its humming. A truck rolled slowly through the rain. I closed the curtain halfway over and let the night forget my name. Beside the road the blue light trembled across the hood of every car. I felt the distance growing kinder, the farther I had come so far. to change their name. You wake before the town remembers and leave without explaining. Touch the motel window. The sign went dark above the lane. I took the postcard from the mirror and drove beneath the clearing rain. The empty room held one blue shadow. Then sunlight crossed the unmade bed. The radio was losing stations as we drove beside the shore. A voice arrived between the static, then disappeared behind the door. The tide moved slowly through the darkness. The moon was caught upon the foam. I kept one hand upon the steering and let the coastline lead me home. A slow tide moved across the radio, a quiet rhythm through the night. It carried songs from distant cities and held them briefly in the light. The roadside diners closed behind us. Their signs grew smaller in the glass. A warm breeze entered through the window and moved the map across the dash. You used to sing the lower harmony whenever signals faded thin. Tonight the empty seat beside me let only summer air come in. The ocean spoke beneath the music in broken phrases near the sand. I heard the years become a current that no one living could command. Not every journey needs an answer. Not every silence means goodbye. Some voices stay between the stations and travel underneath the sky. The morning found a clearer signal, a silver song beyond the bay. I turned the volume down to listen as night and water slip away. The tide withdrew beyond the highway. The radio played one note of The city filled the rearview mirror with yellow windows stacked in rows. The rain had left the boulevard shining where every late night traveler goes. I passed the bridge above the railway. The final train was pulling through. The skyline bent beneath the distance and lost the shape I thought I knew. The city in the rearview faded. I feel the fire beneath the rain. I watched the towers become smaller and felt the road release my name. A paper cup beside the gear shift had cooled before the county line. The dashboard clock moved past 11. The traffic signs were hard to find. I used to think those streets could hold me with every light and open door. But distance has a way of showing what crowded rooms we're hiding for. Behind the glass the city shimmered like something seen beneath the sea. Its streets continued without asking why one more car had chosen to leave. There is a moment after leaving when doubt sits quietly in the seat. Then morning opens on the highway and puts new ground beneath your feet. The city left the mirror slowly as daylight gathered on the plain. I faced the road without a promise and did not turn around again. One tower flashed beyond the distance, then vanished in the summer gray. We rented rooms above the station one summer when the fares were low. The walls would shake at 7:30 as evening trains began to go. Your books were stacked beside the window. My coat was hanging from a chair. The heat moved slowly through the curtains, and coal smoke drifted through the air. In summer rooms above the station, we counted whistles through the night. The tracks ran out beyond the rooftops and disappeared from every light. The landlord played an old piano somewhere below the narrow stairs. A melody would reach the landing and settle softly in our prayers. You spoke of towns beside the ocean. I spoke of work I had to do. We thought the trains were only passing, but everyone was leaving too. Those rooms became a kind of harbor above the schedules and the steam. We kept our lives in open suitcases and called the waiting time a dream. The years have closed that little station. The platform grass has grown waist high. But sometimes late in humid weather, I hear those evening engines cry. The summer rooms are gone above it. No curtain moves, no piano plays. Still every train beneath my window returns me to those borrowed days. A distant whistle crosses midnight, then fades beyond the sleeping town. Streetlights turn from white to golden as clouds move slowly from the moon. The shops were closing one by one, then the buses would be leaving soon. I walk beneath the dripping branches, my jacket folded on my arm. The city after rain was breathing, a little tired, a little warm. When all the streetlights turned to golden, the road became a quiet stream. I saw the night release its shadows and soften every broken dream. A record played behind the doorway. Its melody was low and clear. A couple danced beside the counter as though no morning would appear. I stopped beneath the faded awning and listened through the open frame. The song was one I half remembered, though time had changed the singer's name. Beneath those lights the town grew gentler. The windows shone like amber glass. I felt no need to chase the future or call the hours that would not a doorway that closes once and stays that way. Perhaps it is a street at midnight, still holding warm from yesterday. When dawn replaced the golden streetlights, the sky grew pale above the stone. I carried one small song beside me and took the longer pathway home. The record stopped behind the doorway, but morning kept the rhythm on.
The hallway smelled of summer thunder and varnish warm beneath our feet. A yellow light was burning upstairs above the noise along the street. Your coat still hung beside the mirror. Your record waited on the shelf. I heard the neighbors close their windows and stood there listening to myself. The light we left upstairs kept burning, though no one crossed the wooden floor. It held the shape of every evening we thought would come to us once more. The table bore a faded circle where two warm coffee cups had been. A train moved underneath the city and shook the picture in its frame. I touched the key inside my pocket, but could not make the old lock turn. Some rooms remain beyond returning. Some lessons take a life to learn. That lonely light above the stairway was softer than the words we said. It warmed the dust upon the railing and kept one memory from the dead. Think the heart grew stronger by holding everything inside. But silence only builds a doorway too narrow for a man to hide. At dawn I watched the bulb grow dimmer as morning reached the upper wall. I left the key beside the doorway and let the sunlight take it all.
The stairwell cooled beneath the morning. The final yellow shadow passed. The road ran north beside the water, beneath the sky that would not sleep. The evening stayed along the mountains, a band of silver, cold and deep. The dashboard clock moved past 11, but daylight rested on the bay. I followed signs through empty villages and watched the southern miles decay. Northbound through the evening silence, I drove where summer would not end. The road was clean, the air was open, and every mile became a friend. Between the islands, its windows shining far below. The radio played a distant chorus in words I did not need to know. No thunder followed from behind me, no voice returned across the line. The hills grew blue beyond the water and left the older days behind. Along the northern coastal highway, the pale light rested on the sea. I felt the night become transparent and give the road itself to me. There are some journeys made for answers, and some that only clear the mind. I kept the window open slightly and let the colder air decide. Northbound beneath the fading daylight, I saw the morning touch the stone. The road no longer felt like leaving, it felt like somewhere I could own. A white bird crossed above the water, the highway carried me alone. There was one table near the doorway where evening air could cross the room. The street outside was wet and shining. The walls still held the day's perfume. You moved the candle from the window and placed it closer to your hand. I tried to speak about tomorrow, but watched the flame instead of plans. At that small table near the doorway, the rain became a quiet song. We let the hour pass between us and knew that neither could stay long. The owner turned the chairs behind us and wiped the counter one more time. A bus went slowly through the corner, its windows glowing in a line. You smiled as if the night were simple, as if goodbye were just a word. But every breath between the sentences held more than either of us heard. Beside that open cafe doorway, the summer air moved through your hair. I kept the shape of that small moment long after you were no longer there. Some loves are not made for forever, but still they leave a faithful mark. A little warmth beside a window, a table waiting in the dark. Years later, near another doorway, I heard the rain begin once more, and saw the candle in my memory still burning by that table near the door. The chairs were stacked, the room was empty. The rain kept shining on the floor. I found the tape inside a drawer, beneath old bills and photographs. Your handwriting across the label had faded softly at the last. I pressed the button down with caution. The reels began their quiet turn. A little hiss came through the speaker before the first guitar returned. On cassette side B, you were laughing between two songs from long ago. Your voice was lower than I remembered, and softer than the falling snow. The room grew warm with summer midnight, curtains barely moved at all. The tape ran through a distant evening and placed your shadow on the wall. You spoke about a road near Kobe, a cafe closing by the sea. Then someone called you from the hallway and left the silence there with me. On that forgotten side of music, the years were turning in reverse. I heard the spaces in your breathing more clearly than the final verse. A tape can hold no living moment. It only keeps the shape of sound. But sometimes what the heart has buried returns when old machines turn round. When Cassette Side B reached its ending, the reels grew still beneath the light. I left the tape inside the player and let your voice remain that night. The final click released the silence. The room stayed warm until the dawn. The orchard slept beyond the kitchen. The tree stood black against the moon. I heard the insects in the branches and knew that fall was coming soon. The porch boards cooled beneath my footsteps. My old chair waited by the rail. A freight train crossed the lower valley and carried on without a trail. In the orchard after midnight, the years hung heavy on the trees. I heard my father in the branches and felt his silence in the breeze. We planted pears beside the hillside when I was barely 21. He said the roots would hold through winter, long after both our work was done. I spent my life beyond that valley, in rooms of glass and streets of stone. But every August brought the fragrance of fruit that ripened here alone. Beneath the trees beyond the farmhouse, the fallen leaves moved near my shoes. I understood how time keeps giving and never asks what we may lose. A man grows old in small directions, a slower step, a quieter name. He learns that home is not a building, but what still knows him when he came. In the orchard near the morning, the eastern sky began to clear. I placed my hand against the oldest tree and felt another season near. The first bird called across the branches. I stayed until the stars were gone.
The porch was warm beneath the evening. The screen door rested on its chain. The garden held the smell of peaches, and thunder waited past the plain. My mother's radio was playing a song too old to name. The cicadas filled the spaces between the words and coming rain. That porch was where the summer stayed, when every road still led us home. The night was wide, the chairs were waiting, and no one feared to sit alone. My brother carved his name in cedar behind the post beside the stair. The letters faded through the seasons, but still his younger hand was there. I touched the mark beneath the lamplight and heard the years move through the trees. A warm wind crossed the empty garden, lifted dust around my knees. That porch became a quiet harbor for all the things we could not save. The laughter left, the boards grew older, but every nail remembered names. I thought that leaving made me stronger. I thought the world would make me new, but every city kept one window that opened back to this old view. At dawn the porch was pale and silver. The storm had passed beyond the field. small scar the weather had revealed. The screen door moved without a hand, and August breathed across the land.
The ferry left at 7:30. The harbor bells were sounding low. The western clouds had opened slowly above the fields I used to know. A woman waved beside the railing. A child held tightly to her coat. The sea was gray beyond the breakwater. The old town faded from the boat. On the ferry from County Clare, the wind came cold across the foam. I watched the cliffs grow small behind me, and wondered which shore counted home. My father crossed this water younger, with one brown case and borrowed shoes. He never spoke about the leaving, or what a man is asked to lose. I found his photograph last winter, a harbor number on the back. His eyes were fixed beyond the camera, as if they followed every track. On that ferry the sea kept turning, below a sky of faded green. I heard his silence in the engine, and understood what he had seen. A home can live in two directions, one in the blood, one in the mind. A man may sail toward tomorrow and leave his truest name behind. When evening touched the farther harbor, the city lights began to rise. I held the rail my father once held, and saw both countries in the skies. The ferry horn crossed through the darkness. The coast remained behind my eyes. The papaya trees behind the house were leaning toward the kitchen wall. Their leaves made shadows on the doorway where evening sunlight used to fall.
My aunt was humming near the window, a slow refrain without a name. The neighbor spoke across the garden as clouds prepared the summer rain. Behind the house the fruit grew heavy beneath the sky of copper blue. The warm earth held our barefoot stories, and every branch remembered you. We kept the chairs beneath the awning and drank our coffee sweet and strong. The radio played from the bedroom, a distant softly turning song. You said the city would be waiting with taller rooms and faster days, but home remained among the leaves there, in light that moved a slower way. The garden breathed beside the evening, the walls released the heat they knew. I heard the rain fall across the rooftops and watched the years between us through. No road can take the scent of fruit trees or quiet voices from the yard. The heart may learn 1,000 cities, but keeps one doorway standing guard. At dawn the papaya leaves were shining. The rain had cooled the narrow lane. I stood behind the house in silence and felt the child in me remain. One yellow fruit fell through the branches. The garden woke beneath the rain.
The last bus waited by the platform, its windows dim beneath the rain. The driver checked the empty luggage, then slowly called the town's old name. I bought a ticket near the counter from someone young enough to be the age I was when I first left there, with one small case upon my knee. The last bus to the mountain town moved quietly beyond the light. It carried years along the highway and climbed into the summer night. The road grew narrow past the river. The city's signals disappeared. A row of houses crossed the window,
then fields I had not seen in years. The driver played an old recording, so low it barely filled the air. I knew the tune before the chorus. My mother used to sing it there. The bus climbed through the sleeping valley, where mist lay pale across the stone. I watched the mountain bend above us and felt the road become my own. A man may leave before he knows it, and come back after time has changed. The hills remain, but doors grow smaller, and every face has lost a name. The last bus stop beside the market at 2:30 beneath the moon. I stepped onto the quiet pavement and heard a dog bark from my youth. The bus moved on beyond the corner. The town stood waiting, still and blue.
The mill road turned beyond the river, where yellow grass met rows of pine. The wooden bridge complained beneath me, the way it did in younger times. The old mill stood without its windows. The wheel was still beside the stream. The valley kept the sound of labor, like something resting in a dream. Along the mill road in September, the wind moved low across the grain. I heard the names of those before me in every board and rusted chain. My uncle worked the early shift there before the winter took his hands. He taught me how to read the weather by watching birds above the land. He never spoke in grand conclusions. He measured life by work and snow, by whether rivers held through springtime, and where the stronger cedars grew. The mill road carried all our footsteps, past fields no map had ever named. The buildings fell, the people scattered, but still the
road itself remains. The land remembers without speaking. It holds no picture, keeps no book. It waits in grass and moving water for someone old enough to look. Along the mill road near the evening, the western clouds were edged with flame. I crossed the bridge and heard it answer, as though the valley knew my name. The river moved beneath the timber. The first cold star appeared above.
Rented a room above the tailor shop, where steam climbed through the floor. The hallway smelled of wool and cedar, and rain leaned on the door. Each evening he would close the shutters and count the coins beneath the light. I heard his scissors through the ceiling, still working late into the night. Above the tailor shop I waited, while traffic faded down the street. The room was small, the walls were tired, but every silence felt complete. Your photograph stood near the window, beside a cup gone cold with time. I used to turn it toward the morning, though the sun could change your mind. The tailor sang below me softly, a hymn without a final line. His voice rose through the wooden floorboards and rested briefly next to mine. The rain kept silver on the glass. I learned that love can leave no warning and still take half a life to pass. A man may mend another's jacket and never fix his own worn sleeve. We hide the tear beneath the lining and wear what no one else can see. At dawn I left the key downstairs. The tailor nodded from his chair. The room above his shop stood empty,
but something lighter filled the air. His scissors moved beneath the morning. I stepped into the waking rain.
The silver trains at Waterloo were waiting underneath the rain. The platform clock moved past 11, then settled into time again. A porter closed the final carriage. A woman folded up her map. The city hummed beyond the station, and thunder rolled above the tracks. The silver trains were leaving slowly. Their windows carried lives away. I watched the red lights cross the darkness and lose themselves beyond the gray. I found your note inside my pocket, the paper softened by the heat. You wrote that some roads have no ending, and some goodbyes deserve a seat. The loudspeaker called another journey, a northern town, a coastal line. I stayed beneath the iron rafters and let the next train pass through mine. Beneath the station's fading echoes, I heard the city change its tone. The tracks kept shining through the rainfall like roads that knew where they were going. We think departures happen loudly, with doors that close and engines cry. But sometimes leaving is a whisper that waits until the last train dies. The silver trains had all departed. The platforms cooled beneath the light. I crossed the bridge above the railway and walked alone into the night. One signal changed from red to amber. The rain grew quiet on the line.
Palm shadows moved across the wall. The ceiling fan turned slow and wide. curtains breathed beside the window. The sea was dark beyond the light. A neighbor laughed across the courtyard. A glass was placed upon a chair. The night came warm through every doorway and carried salt into the air. Those palm shadows crossed the ceiling like hands that waved from long ago. They moved with every change of moonlight, then disappeared before the dawn. Your sandals rested by the doorway. A faded scarf lay on the bed. I heard the music from the harbor and every word we never said. The tide kept turning past the houses. The boats leaned softly on their lines. I thought the night would hold us longer, but morning never asked for time. Across the wall, the leaves kept dancing while distant engines crossed the bay. I watched the shadows lose their edges and felt the room release the day. Some memories return as weather, a certain heat, a certain breeze. Ooh, they enter through an open window and settle quietly in the leaves. At sunrise all the palms stood golden. The harbor brightened into blue. I opened every shutter slowly and let the morning pass me through. The fan turned once above the silence. The last shadow left the room. The waiter cleared the final glasses and turned the doorway sign around. A little wine remained between us while chairs were lifted from the ground. You traced a circle on the table and watch the candle lean and sway. Outside, the summer rain was falling across the narrow avenue. Red wine at closing time grew darker as every light became more low. We held the night between our fingers and knew that one of us must go. The owner counted bills behind us. A radio played near the bar. The singer held one note so gently, it seemed to reach a distant star. You said that love should not need reasons. I said that time had other plans. The candle bent beneath the doorway and placed a shadow on your hands. At closing time, the room grew quieter. The rain made rivers on the pane. I saw goodbye inside your silence before you ever spoke my name. There are no perfect words for leaving. No glass can hold a final night. We finish what remains before us, then step beyond the closing light. The red wine left a mark between us. The candle faded near the wall. I watched you cross the wet street slowly and did not follow you at all. The owner locked the door behind me. The rain was warm along the street. Record store on Maple Street still opened every day at 10. The owner placed old sleeves in order and played the same side once again. The wooden bins were worn and shallow. The ceiling fan was turning slow. A faded poster near the doorway showed faces from a long dead show. Inside that store the years kept spinning at 33 1/3 time. Each dusty groove returned to summer. Each melody restored a name. I found the album you once borrowed. Its corner bent, its cover blue. The price was written near the label in someone's hand I never knew. The owner said the shop was closing. The rent had climbed beyond his means. He wrapped the record in old paper and spoke about forgotten scenes. Between the shelves the music lingered as afternoon crossed through the glass. I heard the needle find the silence that waits when every song has passed. Oh, we think a record keeps the moment, but time still enters every sound. The voice remains, the room grows older, the people move
to other towns. The record store closed late that evening. The owner turned the final key. I carried one blue album homeward and left the empty street behind me. The turntable stopped near midnight. The paper sleeve stayed by my chair. The blue hour entered through the doorway and settled softly on the floor. The waiter turned the lamps down lower, then checked the empty tables once more. A piano played behind the counter, three notes that drifted through the room. Outside the rain had left the pavement, reflecting every sign in blue. Inside the cafe at the blue hour, the city lost its hurried sound. A cup grew cold beside the window, while evening slowly gathered round. A man unfolded yesterday's paper. A woman waited near the wall. The clock above the faded mirror seemed in no rush to move at all. I watched the headlights cross the ceiling like silverfish beneath the sea. For one brief hour the room grew larger than every road ahead of me. Beneath the lamps the night grew warmer. The rain became a distant tune. I let the silence sit beside me and watched the dark replace the blue. There are some rooms that ask no questions, no reason why a man remains. They hold his coat, his cup, his shadow, and let him rest between the rains. When closing time arrived unnoticed, the waiter opened up the door. I stepped outside beneath the streetlights and carried quiet from that floor. The piano stopped behind the window. The blue hour faded into night.
hotel lobby clock struck 1. The elevator door stood still. A lamp was glowing near the register. The night clerk read behind the till. My suitcase waited by the armchair. A room key rested in my hand. Outside the taxis crossed the rainfall, then disappeared beyond the stand. In the hotel lobby after midnight, no one asked me where I'd been. The carpet held 1,000 footsteps and kept them quietly within. A vase of lilies near the staircase had lost one petal to the floor. The clerk looked up and gave a small smile as someone entered through the door. I thought I saw your coat reflected inside the dark revolving glass, but only streetlights across the marble and left no shadow as they passed. Beneath the lobby's amber lighting, the hours softened at the edge. I heard the rain against the awning and let the night release its weight. A man can travel through a lifetime with keys to rooms he cannot name. He sleeps beneath the borrowed ceiling and wakes still carrying the same. When morning filled the hotel windows, I left the key beside the bell. The clerk returned to reading quietly and never asked me where I fell. The elevator closed behind me. The lobby faded from my view. Warm rain fell on Ruazu and moved in silver through the lane. The shutters opened one by one to let the evening breathe again. A radio played above the bakery. A child ran laughing through the street. The smell of coffee crossed the doorway, and summer gathered in the heat. On Ruazu the rain kept falling, so light it barely touched the ground. The houses leaned into the evening and held the neighborhood in sound. Your window stood above the corner, behind a row
the curtain move once slowly, then disappear behind the blinds. We used to meet beside the fountain when every hour seemed ours to spend. Tonight the water crossed the pavement and carried summer toward its end. Along the street the lamps were glowing, the rain made mirrors near my shoes. I heard your name inside the music, then let the next soft rhythm move. Some streets remember every season, in painted doors and weathered stone. They keep the warmth of those who left them and make the returning heart feel known. At dawn, Rua Azul grew quiet. The rain withdrew beyond the hill. I walked beneath the drying awnings and felt the old street know me still. One final drop fell from the canvas. The morning opened pale and warm. Beside the piano was the only light awake. The rain had stopped beyond the window and left the room too still to take. A photograph lay near the music, its corners curled with summer heat. I placed it underneath the lamplight and heard the house begin to breathe. Beside the piano, one small lamp held back the dark across the room. It warmed the keys, the frame, the silence, and made the night feel less alone. I played the chord you once remembered and waited for the next to come. The melody was incomplete there, but still I knew where it belonged. The hallway clock moved past the hour. A branch drew shadows on the wall. I thought of every word left waiting, and how the years had held them all. Beneath the lamp, the piano answered in notes too quiet to explain. It carried neither blame nor sorrow, only the shape that time retains. A song need not resolve completely, room need not forget a name. The heart can live beside an absence and never call the silence shame. When morning touched the piano softly, I closed the lid and dimmed the light. The room had kept me through the darkness and gave me back the coming day. The lamp went out beside the window. The first bird crossed the empty sky. Leave the window open. The rain is gone away. The curtains know the morning before the room turns gray. Let the early wind come through and move the papers on the chair. The night has finished what it came for. There is nothing left to bear. The record stopped at midnight. The needle rests in place. A little light is gathering along the wooden case. Let the quiet enter slowly, let it settle where it may. Every room that held a memory can still welcome one more day. We do not need a final answer or one more song to make it clear. The road remains beyond the window, and morning has already reached here. Leave the window open. Let the summer touch the floor. I will carry what was gentle and ask the night for nothing more. The first bird crossed the rooftop.